having a baby shower. I'm gonna make 2 huge platters of salmon niçoise, and everybody can just help themselves. I'm making a marinade for the salmon. It's gonna sit on it for a little while, and then I'm gonna roast it at a really high temperature. It's delicious. So the first thing I need is the zest of 4 lemons. Okay, that's good. So I'm just gonna put this all in a big bowl. Next thing is 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1/4 cup of mustard. I love to use Dijon mustard. I think it has great flavor. And then I'm gonna put in lots of garlic, and 4 cloves of garlic chopped right into the marinade. Make sure it's really flavorful. 1½ tablespoons of salt, 1/2 tablespoon of pepper. I'm just gonna whisk this all together and then spread it on the salmon. You know, this has great flavor. I can smell it already. So I'm just gonna put all this on top of the salmon and let the flavors get into the meat of the salmon. It'll sit for about 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna roast it at a very high temperature. Perfect. So what I have is 1½ pounds of these haricots verts, French string beans. You can really find them anywhere. Just gonna put them right into a pot of boiling water. A little bit of salt. Actually, blanching is a great way to cook a lot of vegetables. You put it in hot boiling water, cook it for 3-4 minutes, depending on the vegetable, until it's crisp but still tender, and then you shock it by putting in ice water. It stops the cooking, sets the color, and makes sure they stay crisp, which is wonderful. So I'm gonna just take the beans out. They don't cook very long at all. Put into the ice water, stop the cooking. Time to cook the salmon. I'm gonna cook it at 500 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes, and the high heat really sort of caramelizes the top. It has so much flavor. Okay, I'm gonna cook 12 eggs. I'm gonna turn on the heat, and here's my foolproof hard-boiled egg trick. Bring the water up to a boil, turn off the heat, leave the eggs in for 5 minutes exactly, and then take them out and let them cool at room temperature for 2 minutes, and then peel them. It's perfect every time. No dark circles around the yolks. Okay, I think the salmon's ready. Oh, that's perfect. It's nice and browned on the top. Wonderful. Now comes the fun part, assembling the Salmon Nicoise platter. So I chilled the salmon so it flakes really nicely. I'm just gonna take big pieces of it and put it right on the platter. The salmon's perfectly cooked. It's sort of medium rare, and you can see all the flavors on top, the garlic, and oh, it's just wonderful. Just big, bold flakes of salmon piled up. The main course is the salmon, so I'm just gonna put it right down the middle. Okay, so the next thing is the potatoes. So they've steamed, they've cooled, and I've sliced them big, thick slices. I'm gonna do 2 platters. So many people, I just wanna make sure everybody has lots to eat. And then tomatoes. I took medium-sized tomatoes and cut them in 6ths. And then the haricots verts, which we steamed and blanched. Everything's room temperature. The key about a big platter is just big blocks of color. You don't want a little here and a little there. You want big blocks of color. Okay, next is hard-cooked eggs. This is really classic salad niçoise. It's just done with roasted salmon, so rather than tuna, I just think it has so much more flavor. So I'm gonna do a big bunch of watercress. Instead of little bits of it around, just one big bunch. It really sort of balances the green. I have olives. Can't have a salad niçoise without olives. So instead of black olives, which we have in the gazpacho, I'm going to use green olives. And for those of us that love anchovies, just a few anchovies. But I wouldn't put it all over, just in a few places, so anybody that loves them can help themselves. Okay, the last thing is the vinaigrette. Really quick. 1/4 cup of champagne vinegar. Teaspoon of mustard. Good Dijon mustard is essential. Salt and pepper. Make sure it's really well flavored. And 1/2 cup of olive oil. And that's the easiest vinaigrette in the world. I love the way the mustard emulsifies this vinaigrette. Okay, I'm just gonna pour it over the vegetables, particularly the potatoes. Make sure they have lots of flavor. A little drizzle on everything else. Oh, I think I hear girls' voices. I think there's a party about to start. I can't wait to see Sinead's face.